tell you about this case, first I have to tell you about the Second National Bank. In 1811, Congress failed to renew the charter on the first bank, so there's already some controversy. Then, after the war, in 1816, they chartered the second bank. This bank made some decisions that made a lot of people in state-level governments very angry with it, aside from the obvious reason for being angry with it, being an alleged overreach of congressional power. Some of the states tried to tax their local bank branches. The state of Maryland in particular laid a $15,000 a year tax on its own branch, which the branch manager, James McCulloch, refused to pay. Off to the courtroom with it. So first up, take 3 guesses at how the state-level courts ruled on this one. That's right, the bank's gotta pay. McCulloch wasn't satisfied with this though, so he took it further to John Marshall's Supreme Court. Okay, so if you've been paying attention to these Supreme Court cases so far, you should know that next to nothing is a cut and dry one-sided case. Everything sets a precedent. That being the nature of the beast, before the judges could even consider the tax, they first needed to consider whether Congress was even allowed to create a national bank like that. And they'd be ruling on it nearly 3 decades after Congress first started doing it. Oh boy, okay, so what does the Constitution say? Well, Article 1, Section 8, Clauses 1 through 17 lay out the powers of the federal government, which include taxing, borrowing money, and regulating commerce. This is followed by Clause 18, which says they can make all laws necessary for the execution of said powers. So, there's Marshall's answer to that. Now that the bank's right to exist is settled, does Maryland have a right to tax it? Federalist John Marshall likewise ruled in favor of the bank. This, of course, set a precedent that states are not allowed to tax federal entities within the borders of their state.